Hello and welcome to another LEGO Bootleg review. This is itoys Iron Man Big Figs. This is number 88318. Ooh, 318. It's Heroes Gathering. We have 4 big figs here. They're all pretty much the same figure, just recolored in different plastic and actual print. So let's go through them. So we got the HulkBuster here. It's red and blue will be Igor. We have a green one there and a sort of silver one. On the side of the box, all of them have the same coloring. It shows you inside. There's actually a rotating head. On the back here, all of them are the same, just showing all different, all 4 of them. If you buy these separately, just advertising the other ones that they get. And on the side here, we have a slightly different Photoshop arrangement of the front cover. On the top there, we have again just the logos, the sort of print there of each figure on the top as a logo. All of them come with a 4x6 plate that says World Minifigures Collect Them or Herd Series itoys. So this is pretty much a bootleg of the Xing Yuan plate. So, but of course these things don't need the place to stand. It just makes it a bit convenient, I guess. And before we actually take a closer look at these figures, we're going to do a bit of a comparison. Here is the Deku Groot. You can see it's just a little bit taller than that. Here is an official LEGO Hulk. As you can see there, it is a bit bigger than Hulk, but not quite big enough. Obviously, he's not really in scale of anything, really. And you can even see there, the hand, while the grip size is the same, it's a lot smaller than the normal Hulks. So they just took the shape and they actually resized that as well. We'll compare the blue one to the Deku Igor in a sec. So I'm going to plug him back on there. You just see he's got stands of LEGO 2x6 on the plate there. You hear that shake? That's actually just the rotating head inside. So there he is. Yeah. So basically he's molded in the red, so crimson red plastic with bits of glitter put in there to give it a metallic look. It's got silver and gold print on the helmet there. It's got white and black eyeline. But apart from that, there's not really any other coloring details on the, and the back is very, very bare. The articulation includes the arm and the hands, just like an official big fig, so it's got that going on. And it does have this, you can open this up and you see a tiny little head in there, which doesn't quite look like Tony Stark's head, to be honest. It looks more like a sort of generic head. And the head is also like sort of a bit smaller than, stay up, a bit smaller than a Mega Bloks head these days, so you can't even really compare that to Mega Bloks. I mean, you put it next to a Mega Bloks figure, the bigger figure, it can kind of make it fit, but the scale is just not right. So this scale doesn't really fit anything in terms of block building toys. It's just sort of a rogue thing that just comes out. And the next problem we have is, of course, all the paint details. Now the paint details, for the most part, it just seems a bit tacky, but okay. But you see on the mask there, it looks like someone just scratched it. It just looks horrible. And yeah, there's no paint detail on the back whatsoever, so that's kind of sucks. And if you look on the side there, the paint is very roughly patched onto this piece of plastic, and this doesn't close. We'll find that one in a second. There's also lots of extra molding plastic just staying right underneath. You say, oh look, he's got a chin, because a little bit of extra plastic. And on the top here, this thing doesn't quite sit well. This main body is pretty much just 2 pieces of plastic, front and back, slapped together. You can see a bit of the plastic gap there. So these are really cheaply made. So let's compare him to the Deku Igor. Again, his scale doesn't quite fit anything. The Deku Igor looks way better because it's actually molded in a specific shape to represent the actual suit. He's not. He's just that other suit just redone 4 times. So yeah, sure. The Deku one wins by miles because it's actually correct color. I mean, they didn't even bother changing the paint on this figure. They could have had silver up there to make it slightly more accurate, but nope. Effort is money, so let's not do that. So there he is. Not really too much to say about him extra. His paint did turn out a bit better than the red one. This one's probably the best built one because I mean, there's extra plastic bits, but you can easily trim that. The paint on him is actually okay. The plastic doesn't have any glitter in it, it's just a flat, and the clutch overall isn't too bad, but you can see the joint is slightly wobbling. So that's got that going on, but at least the paint is decent, and this one actually kind of clips down, so that's good, I guess. It's just clipping on the head inside, by the way. There's the head inside. So We have the green one here. Again, he has sort of loose-ish arms and open up in there. This one closes okay as well. We can see there's a huge gap in the plastic there. It doesn't quite want to push down, so it's not jointed correctly. And quick look at the back here. Nothing too much. Again, nothing too much to say about him. Huge molding injection issues there on the leg there that really shows off some plastic. So finally we have the silver one right here. Again, his paint is okay, you know, just compared to the other ones, and some of the silver is hidden because of the, you know, the plastic being a similar color. His head doesn't quite want to go down again. These heads are quite wobbly, and when you get these out of the package, these heads aren't plugged in, so you really got to stick your finger in. It's slightly a pain to plug them in. But once they're in, they're okay. They do rotate a little bit, but the plastic is just sometimes a bit tight, a bit loose. It doesn't quite rotate as you want it to, so you're gonna have to get like some pliers to really rotate them or unplug them back out. And one last thing about these helmet bits is that you can't actually remove them. They're pegged in quite far. Like once this body snapped together, you can't do that. If you try to pull this, you will definitely snap it. Quick on the back, slightly loose-ish arm on the joint there. If you've seen the promotional images that some people found on the shop sites and posted on my Facebook page, they look great there. Here, not so much. These are cheap and tacky and just overall not quite nice. Not really sure what they're going for. Yes, the HulkBuster is really popular right now and everyone wants to get one and get in on that money making area. So they decided to take their own twist of it and make it a semi-big fig but not quite scale HulkBuster. If you're in the line of a sort of a kind of big fig-ish scale HulkBuster, these are okay. The price of these are going for is pretty much the same price as any other minifigure packs that you can get out there, the bootleg ones. So I'll say this, if you like painting your own figures, you can get some of these and hopefully you'll get one that's assembled fine. Like out of all these four, one of them was assembled perfectly, but they still had loose joints, so who knows what the quality will be when you open the box. It might fall apart completely or just not joint right. But if you get one that's the plastic is fully jointed and stuff and you know, just paint it yourself, you can probably paint something that looks decent. As for the plastic quality, the torso is really solid. Once it's been pushed together, it doesn't feel like breaking unless you really pull out the legs or something. The hands and the arms are also quite tough as well, so I wouldn't be worried about breaking it too much. So, but lastly, I still can't really recommend this to anyone because I'm not really sure who this is aiming at. It's not quite minifigure scale, it's not quite big fig scale, and it's not quite any scale, so it's not even Mega Bloks. The head in there is too small, and they've kind of deviated a bit too much from Lego, I'd say, apart from the legs and the hands. The rest of the body doesn't really look quite like any Lego, so you can't really sit it with other Lego pieces and make it look in place. It look out of place. So I'll say this, if you like the shape of this and you really like repainting models to make them look like good figures, then you might want to pick this up. And that's it really. And last thing to say about these is the arm joints and hand joints are the same scale as other big figs, so you can swap them around if you really wanted to. So it's got that going for at least. So yeah, HulkBuster craziness really should end here. And I don't want to see any more really bad bootleg companies trying to cash in on the HulkBuster craze. Speaking of which, I will be reviewing the Igor HulkBuster set. There is another 2 bootleg companies releasing HulkBuster. I think, I can't remember which other 2 companies are doing it. I think Lily and the XINH brand are doing it, and that brand I think is throwing in the complete team of Age of Ultron Avengers into the HulkBuster set, so you can get them all the figures at once. But I'll be reviewing those maybe if there's a demand for that. But for these figures, for most people, stay away. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button, the subscribe button, and also leave a comment below. I've also reviewed many other bootleg Lego sets of HulkBusters and lots of Iron Man sets, a Hall of Armors, many different marks that Lego themselves have not produced yet. I've also reviewed quite a lot of the official Marvel SuperHeroes sets, well, most of them anyway, apart from the really big ones that I couldn't afford or have no space for. Finally, if you want to support this channel, please consider heading over to the Patreon page, and so I can make more videos more frequently and entertain people more and give some useful information feedback on these toys. And finally, take care and have a nice day. Goodbye.